welcome to the first official season of Flawless TV. This is your host, DHayes, and on this channel, we have so much to talk about. If you have a topic you want me to cover, comment down below or submit your request to my email. And just a reminder, our podcast will be on all platforms. For instance, say if you don't want to see the whole live stream, we have episodes segmented and drop after the show for each topic. And the full unedited raw versions will be uploaded on Rumble and Twitch. If you want the podcast, go to Spotify or Apple Music to access the podcast, which is provided by Anchor FM. If you want to watch shorts, they will be placed on D-Band's vlogs on social media. Now let's get into the show right after this upcoming break. Let's get to topic one. Sony is reportedly more open to sharing the Spider-Man characters with Marvel Studios. So with that being said, we're talking about Eddie Brock, Venom. They're also talking about Mysterio a little more because back in No Way Home, Far From Home, they were kind of limited on that. That's why there was a whole entire dispute between Disney and Marvel Studios with Sony owning the copyright for Spider-Man. So, and then they have to sign another deal. And right now, what we're hearing right now is that Sony is wanting to do more business with Marvel because that's where the money is when it comes to the Spider-Man IP. So I see a lot of people saying the Spider-Man IP is being sold, but no, it's not. The truth is they're willing to accept, something else in order to make more money, because what Sony has been doing is flopping very hard when it comes to the Spider-Man IP. Now, the Venom series seems a little successful in the Spider-Man across the world. Across the multiverse, like the Miles Morales one, and the video games are successful. But then you had Kraven the Hunter, you had the Spider-Woman the Spider-Woman movie that dropped. You had Morbius, those IPs, those terrible films. I'm not going to mention other one, but we had those terrible films, and Sony lost money by doing that. So they looked on the bright side. He was like, okay, the Spider-Man IP. So we should be expecting to see Daredevil in more films, Spider-Man in the TV shows if possible. Even though we had to deal in the past with Disney, Marvel, and Sony that Spider-Man could not appear in a TV series. But now with this new thing coming out, they're willing to risk the IP for more money, and it actually helps boost their brand. Now Sony's starting to think smarter and not like greedy idiots, because they lost money by that deal and whatever they had with Marvel since 2014. They've been losing money, not making on the cinema side. So they can't produce the films at higher quality or any of this due to them not making the funds back in the box office. So another thing is the IP such as Kingpin. We'll see him more. The IP such as Miles Morales. You have a lot of Spider-Man characters that will be available now. You have Rhino. You have Mysterio, Harry Osborn, Mary Jane Watson. You have those characters that will be available for the IP. And they're talking about sharing, which is a better deal with Disney. Disney's not going to get too greedy. They just want to be creative and give more to the creative side. That's why they're also going back to the 2D art drawings and everything now. They just want to be more creative and get back into that magic. Also, with another wound up within his deal, the update to the Spider-Man. Olivia Wilde's Spider-Woman project is no longer moving forward. Marvel Studios, like I said earlier, does have plans for Eddie Brock's Venom and the Carnage characters, so those characters will be available. This suggests a shift from the prior, more separate universes like Sony Spider-Man universe or SSU toward richer integration through details of extent of this new openness are still emerging, with some speculation even pointing to Sony potentially wanting to sell rights back to Marvel. Well, based on that end, that rumor is actually, that one, the last point, is kind of split because they did not say they're going to sell rights. They said they were going to share, and they're not going to sell rights because they make a lot more money in the video game with the Spider-Man IP. That would be a dumb business move from them. But sharing, going 50-50 with Marvel and Disney is the smartest thing you could do for the Spider-Man IP before we're not allowed to make any movies or anything with the Spider-Man IP. So that's the deal with Sony. What say you? What are you guys' thoughts on this? Like, share, and comment down below. Well, Wonder Man TV series, which is dropping next week, is very important to the MCU. Let me explain. Well, Wonder Man, he has extremely crazy powers, and if we're going semi based on the comics, what the MCU have been doing lately, they pick something from the comic, change things up, which is fine for me. They got a perfect actor to play Wonder Man. What I'm hearing is that this is somewhat connected to Doomsday. Let me explain. Wonder Man's powers, he has all of these, but the movies and everything that's connected to the TV series, they'll be throwing hints at what's going to happen in Doomsday and things of that nature. And based off what I'm hearing when the show comes out, it's going to give you guys a little more insight of what's going on currently in the MCU. So, what say you? What are your thoughts on this? Comment down below. Here's how I started. You guys know how much of an animal lover I am, so I decided to add a little section showcasing the wonderful animals within the Midwest. I'm also hoping to expand the research throughout the US. This will be a weekly basis. This week, I visited many animal sanctuaries and shelters around the state of Indiana. My ultimate goal is to showcase how animals are being treated and also how many people are willing to step to the plate and take care of these animals. I'm going to zoos, shelters, sanctuaries, daycares, parks, aquariums, pet stores, and also the wild itself. You name it. We are showing both the good and the bad. Let's play it right here. Hello, this is your host David Hayes, and welcome to The Breakthrough. One of the places I visited was Downtown Doggy in Indianapolis, Indiana. Just to give a little background, Downtown Doggy was founded in 2004 by Aaron and Jody. According to the website, in the About You section, Jody started training dogs as a teenager, raising 2 puppies. During her high school years, she followed her love for dogs and worked at a dog boarding facility in Indianapolis. Aaron's experience in dog handling began in 2001 at a boarding kennel in southern Illinois. Then deciding to make this a career, Aaron and Jody attended dog training school to become professional dog trainers. Aaron and Jody have been certified to train dogs in beginning and advanced obedience, agility, tracking, narcotics detection, and personal protection work.
In the mornings we come in, we start taking care of all of the dogs that are boarding with us, take them outside, let them go to the bathroom, give them their breakfast, clean up their room, and then put them into daycare where they get to run around with the other dogs. That's kind of one end of the day. The other part is doggy daycare. So we have dogs being dropped off in the morning for doggy daycare. They get to come in, we check them in, we make sure that we know all of their information, what's going on with them, and then put them out into group where they can play with the other dogs. We also have grooming dogs that are coming in to get baths or grooming, as well as dogs that come in for training stays and private lessons. It kind of depends on the day, but we have about 60 rooms, so we can board 60 plus dogs depending on if they have another sibling or not. Most of them, it's usually just one dog, but some families have 2, some families have 3 dogs. But on a full busy weekend, we usually have around 60 to 80 dogs boarding with us. And then doggy daycare depends on the day as well. But I would say on average for daycare, we average about 80 to 90 dogs a day for daycare. Pros, it's so wonderful to see the dogs and how much fun they have. And I love seeing them come here and they run down the hallway and they know exactly where they're going to go and they get all excited to go in and see their friends. So that's really rewarding. It's also rewarding, just watching the dogs grow. Some dogs are a little shy in the beginning. They get more comfortable every day they come. It's fun to see their confidence getting built. Cons, I would say it's hard to figure out a good setup because you have to have different areas. You don't want to have all of the dogs in the same area because sometimes dogs do better with smaller groups, or sometimes puppies do better with puppies, and not get too overwhelmed being with a big group of different sizes of dogs. So being able to separate them is good. And let's see. But yeah, it's just a lot of hard work. It's long days. It's a lot of being on your feet. A lot of people think sometimes, oh, it's fun to just go in and play with puppies, but really it's a lot of hard work that takes, some patience as well.
Beth is another person I have spoken to who is also one of the managers at this facility.
I am the manager of Downtown Doggy. I love it when I get to go out and to group and check in with the dogs, check in with the staff, make sure everyone's getting along. It's nice to see the more shy dogs come out of their shell. That transition is really fun to see, have them gain confidence, seeing the dogs. In another life, I was a theater major and working in music theater, and to supplement income, I got my first dog job. That was like 20 years ago now, and just kind of fell in love and have been doing it ever since. Oh yeah, so they have to do a profile online first, just so that we know that all their vaccinations are up to date. And then we schedule a temperament test. We take new dogs Monday through Thursday by appointment. And that temperament test is just introducing them slowly to group, making sure they are comfortable, we're comfortable, and they are a good candidate to play with.
As you see, this facility is kept up to date. The animals are well taken care of, and also the dog attendants are steady hydrated. Let's see what some of the workers have to say. How long have you been here?
I've been here for about 2 months, and I'm currently liking it. Yeah.
What made you want to get into this?
Honestly, I've loved the animals since like a young age, and I honestly just love taking care of animals. It's a pretty fun job, I can't lie. But my main reason would just be because I like to connect with dogs, really, and they're pretty awesome. They're chill, they're looking better than people. But that's just my opinion.
It's a place where you bring your dog to socialize and get some exercise.
So I come here a little later. So I come in, about like 5 or 6 people in the room. We take care of all the dogs, make sure they don't fight, make sure they don't, have seizures or anything. So, make sure they're okay. And then some of us do have in the back. We'll go, we'll have to turn out, that's like make sure dogs fed, walk, stuff like that.
Great dogs, to be healthy. So you basically do the bathing and like how does the process work? Just strap them on the back, do their nails real quick, their data, and then if they need blow dried out, then I'll blow dry them, or if not, I'll send them to the kennel dryer and sell it back, and then put the box and sell it back.
Other than that, we do cleaning, taking care of the back and the daycare like throughout the day, and then we change the mop buckets and do that sort of thing. But it's really just watching dogs and cleaning.
My favorite part of the day is when I first come in. When I first come in, like all the dogs come and greet me, and that makes my day a whole lot better because I work at another job, and sometimes at that job like I have a bad day. I come in and it's like there's so much positive energy, positive people. And that's what's
So say if a dog were to get overly aggressive, what happens? What do you guys do in those type of situations?
The first step would be to separate them as quickly as possible and get them out of the room. Fights do not happen very often because of the temperament testing we talked about earlier, but they do happen, and we separate them and get them to a safe place as quickly as possible.
So what is the maximum capacity for this type of facility?
I would say 100 to 130 dogs. The rule is 20 dogs per person.
And do you guys separate the dogs by gender, or how do you guys do this?
No, we separate by size and temperament. Temperament is the key. Some of our littles like being out with the big dogs. It just depends on what is safest for the day.
a lot of times when I get to daycare, they're really chill, and then like when I come in, they get real hyper, and then they a lot of times around like 2 or 3, they start to like get a little like kind of like start to get sleepy, go to bed, and then like when they hear the walking, that's when they know it's time to go home. So everybody just get wild and get sleep. My favorite dogs, like you need like my favorite breed, or like do I have a dogs go to the most. I say like baskets, because I got a basset at home, so like. And I feel like they sense that I have a passes, so all love me the same. I love them, so like that's why like they chose me.
You can follow me on my TikTok, Rob2Trill, that's Rob T-O-O Trill, T-R-I-L-L.
Well, that's it. Thanks for watching, and tune in to next week's episode. Here's topic 3. Avengers Doomsday major update. So all of the trailers, what the Russo brothers have said, this is all a story. This isn't a trailer. These aren't teasers. These are individual stories. So the context behind this is they started playing these teasers right before Avatar, in the previews before Avatar. So at first we had Steve Rogers, then secondly we had Thor, and then we had the X-Men with Cyclops, Magneto, Professor Charles Xavier, and then recently we had the Wakandans, Namor, and the Fantastic Four, which is Thing. So that's what we had so far for these short little teasers, not teaser trailers, just quick previews of what's happening and where's the story. I recently saw a video online of all of them mashed up into one story. That's pretty dope. I might make my own edit of it, but apparently there's going to be a teaser dropping in the next weeks. In the next upcoming weeks, there's going to be a teaser according to the person that I spoke to at Marvel, who is an editor. But here's the other stuff. Dr. Doom's Tony resemblance won't be explained in Doomsday. So this is according to these sources. They usually get everything 100% right, and the people I trust the most, which is Jeff Snyder and John Campea. We also have another person that doesn't want to be mentioned. He's a producer at Marvel. This will be true in this It's true, but it'll be answered in Secret Wars. And then there's also been this rumor that's been going around saying this is going to be the longest MCU movie ever made, 3 hours and 45 minutes. Well, according to the people I spoke to within the directors of this film, it's not going to be true because the producers themselves don't know the runtime. It's still currently in post-production. The final edit isn't going to be done until another 5 months. So, and apparently the Avengers Doomsday Assemble cut, when they're all assembling, is 6 hours. It's like over 6 hours. So when it comes to films and blockbuster movies, you have to cut that down within post-production. So the editing team is on top of this. So 4 to 5 months, 6 months at most. The trailer, I'm going to give a warning to the teaser trailer. Since everything's still being rendering, everything we already done with Marvel and Disney has already confirmed to my team, and including me and Jeff Snyder and John, that they're done with principal photography. And then there are going to be a few more reshoots scheduled for March. That's how Marvel and Disney does all of their projects, including animations. They schedule reshoots just to add more scenes and take some things out, and just for the CGI effects. That's pretty much what the reshoots are for, and just some continuity errors that might be there that they need to fix. And these don't cost that much. So these reshoots are necessary. That doesn't mean reshoots are bad. That's like a 90s, 80s, early 2000s type of thing. Nowadays, reshoots are common because that has to happen in order to have a good film. And that's how Avatar, all of these films are making billions of dollars because some of these reshoots. And Marvel has scheduled some of those. So if you guys are watching the teaser, everything's not rendered. The CGI might be lanky in some things. It's because they just finished principal photography in September of 2025. We have scheduled reshoots in March of 2026 this year. So give the film a chance. They haven't had a chance to get everything done with post-production. They got enough done just for these teasers, but they're still editing, still rendering, and they were also editing on set. So the CGI team, like Marvel, was on top, and we barely got anything out. No leaks. The leaks that's coming out aren't true. Most of those leaks, you will hear the guy, I can't mention his name because he's going to block this, but most of these leaks aren't true. These leaks aren't true. Due to the fact that it's just coming from butthead.com or these random people that has no connection. Every time these leaks appear on my X timeline or on Instagram, I go back and I look, and then it just says, nothing there. It doesn't show anything there. So I'm just sitting there and I'm just sitting there and just thinking to myself, all right, this sounds good. This Doom plot hole, like this whole entire plot, not the plot hole, this whole plot for Doom sounds great. But then I speak to somebody at Marvel that's working, and somebody I went to college with that works for Marvel, and one of my close friends is up there. They tell me that this isn't the case. There was one where I saw Thing fighting M'Baku. That's not happening. M'Baku trying to test Thing's strength. That's not happening. There was another one saying Hulk's going to show up and try to fight Doom at the end. That isn't happening. Deadpool's going to show up. No, that's not happening. And I'm not going to say nothing for Secret Wars. That's closed. But Hulk's not showing up. The Thor thing, Thor dies and whatever I've been seeing, that's not going to happen. Everything now, there's going to be some characters here that will pass, that will die. And here's something I can share based off of the stuff that I've read and things that I know. This is pretty much a Spider-Man 4, an X-Men, Fantastic Four, and the current new Avengers film. That's what it is. the Sentry play a role? He does. Do they nerf him? No, they do not. But there is a Spider-Man here. That is going to be that's going to be a focal point of this film. That's actually one of the main characters. We're going to see him in the opening act. This Spider-Man isn't the one you guys think it is. It isn't Tom Holland. I'm just going to leave it there. And this version of Spider-Man we have never seen. Actually, we've seen, but we won't. He's just a different version. He's the same one, but a different version, different personality or whatever. So that's this Spider-Man. Steve Rogers plays a role, but Sam, Yelena, and Shuri have the biggest roles in this film. I'm just going to tell you guys that now. Sam, Yelena, and Shuri, besides Doctor Doom. Sam, Yelena, Shuri, Spider-Man. And then you also have Steve Rogers. He has a significant role, but it's not as big as their roles. You have Bucky, who has a lot of screen time. You have Magneto, Professor X. There's another X-Men there, Cyclops. He has a role in there too. Pedro Pascal, I forgot, he's up there. He has as Mr. Fantastic. He has a huge role in this as well. So it's people that's up there. Shuri, Sam, Spider-Man, Pedro Pascal, and Shuri, Sam, Spider-Man, Pedro Pascal, and Yelena. Those people have huge roles in this film. What say you? What are your thoughts on Doomsday? I can't say that much because it's spoiled territory, and I'm trying to get real good with Disney. So, what say you? What are your thoughts? Comment down below. Welcome back to Flawless TV, and let's get on to the final topic of the day, which is the 2026 music slates. Now, this one, I posted a little slate earlier on my X account, which got over 1,000 views and a whole lot of comments questioning like, oh shoot, this artist is updating and this artist is getting this. Okay, let's get into it. Now, I see a lot of people questioning, even artists questioning the abbreviations. This is just stuff I add for myself so I can understand it better, and people like me working with the labels and UMG, and all of this, working with these artists and managers. This is how I abbreviate everything. So for 2026, we already have, if you guys see the slates that I have on my X account, you can just pull it up. I have it pinned on there, and you guys will be able to see these music slates. So everything that's highlighted has already dropped or up for, has already been confirmed via label and has to drop because it's already slated, it's already paid, the copyright and the trademark's already there. So these highlighted is already dropping. So we have Bruno Mars, The Romantic, dropping in 2026. We have Charlie XCX. We got Lana Del Rey. This is via Interscope this confirmed through Interscope for Lana Del Rey. We also have Ari Lennox, Vacancy, which is scheduled to drop 2026. We have A$AP Rocky, who just dropped recently, Don't Be Dumb. So we have him. Just comment down below your thoughts on his album. We have Royce da 5'9", who already dropped a feature. He's scheduled to drop a body of work in 2026. We have Kanye West, Bully. Now, I put TBA due to the fact that when it comes to Kanye West, you can't fully trust his release dates because usually he pushes them back. And apparently he's scheduled to drop 2 albums. Bully, and there's another album he's dropping. And then he got another one. I'm not counting the third one since he's helping his daughter Northwest with her album that's dropping this year. I'm not counting that album. But there's a second Kanye album that's scheduled to drop in 2026. That's why I put NC, because it's not just at Bully, NC2. I'm going to explain all of them in a minute. We have DJ Khaled's Alarm of God, scheduled for 2026. My problem with this is it was scheduled for July of 2025 in the summer, but he was being sneaky and tried to add features and people on songs that didn't want to be on there. This for multiple artists, so he has to go back to the drawing board and started it again. Sample clearing and pushing things back. Music videos, so Khaled is trying to pull a Cole Bennett, just have everybody shoot music videos, but apparently I'm hearing there's a lot of big features on here. Now, the ones that's confirmed. So, these are the confirmed features so far. We have Glorilla, we have Jay-Z, we have Rick Ross, we have Vibes Cartel, and we have Buju Banton. Then we also have Rihanna, Post Malone, Youngboy, 21 Savage, Future, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, Lil Baby, Lil Uzi Vert, Burna Boy, and yeah. And then the rumor features is Chris Brown, SZA, Shansia, Tim's, DaBaby, John Legend, Busta Rhymes, Nas, Travis Scott, Lotto, Quavo, Big Sean, and yeah, that's it. Because there was two huge artists that were slated for this album that's not going to be on there anymore. So that's who we have for DJ Khaled's. Oh yeah, Ludacris is under schedule. So we have him on there. We also have a new Lizzo album called Love in Real Life, scheduled for 2026. This is Q1, so QTR1. We also have Madonna, which is Confessions on the Dance Floor, which is scheduled for 2026. We have Drake's Iceman, which is scheduled for February. My opinion on that, you guys will see another video regarding Drake's Iceman and a lawsuit he's in. I already discussed his lawsuit not that long ago. And we also have 3 Juicy J projects that's dropping. He has a mixtape dropping in a few weeks. He has an album dropping soon. And he was just on Wiz Khalifa's album. He just dropped the first there. So he has another project scheduled for late 2026. Another one, a mixtape. And then he has an album for the summer. Now, here's the other artist that's up there. So we have Blackpink for 2026. We got LMI. We have Joji. We have Nick Jonas. We have 50 Cent. He has a single and a feature. Now, when it comes to an album, there's one rumored, but that's why I just put rumored on there. We have Robbie Williams. And note, this slate, these album lists will update daily. So on this current Twitter that you're watching this music slate on, these will update every single day. We have an Easy Meal album that's confirmed for 2026. We have Charlie Puth, Whatever's Clever for 2026. We have a Rihanna feature and a single confirmed for 2026. And I already said Rihanna before for DJ Khaled, which is a feature. We have Azealia Banks, Fantasia 2, The Second Wave for 2026. We have Janet Jackson, Black Diamond for 2026. We have Eminem for 2026. Now he has a feature and a single coming up really soon. And then he has an album which is scheduled as well. So we have that. We have Michael Made It, Michael for 2026. We have Metro Boomin, Untitled album for 2026. We have Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday 3. Apparently she took this off the shelf, but still working on it. So I didn't highlight it. And this is, actually, if you guys are seeing this live, Eminem's highlighted now. And we have Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday not highlighted. So this is all lowercase. We have another Lil Wayne project. Apparently it's a mixtape, and then he has a few features. He has a feature coming up in the next 2 or 3 weeks. We have Skepta, Fork and Knife. We have Tech 9, which is a feature. He's apparently rumored to have an album, but there's nothing confirmed from his team. They have not reached back out to me. We have a Bow Wow album that is dropping really soon. We have a Dave Blunt's project dropping. We have a West Side Gun feature coming up and an album from him. We have a Chris Brown album which is scheduled for spring 2026. We have J. Cole, which is confirmed for February 6th, and he has a few interesting collabs on there. We have Snoop Dogg, which is scheduled. He has a feature. He already dropped the feature, I think Friday, and then he has a single coming out. And Kendrick Lamar, he's highlighted. Kendrick Lamar drops real soon. He has a feature. He's on a certain person's album, and then he has a single coming out. We have Juvenile, who has a feature. He's featured with a rapper y'all have. I'm telling you guys this now. Juvenile is on a song with somebody y'all do not expect. Do not expect. We have Westside Boogie dropping some music. We have Boosie. We have G-Eazy. Like I said earlier, DaBaby. We have Travis Scott music. That's a feature that's coming up. We have clips. So this includes Malice and Pusha T. I just combined them together because we do have Pusha T singles coming this year, and he already dropped a single recently. We have a new Ice Cube feature coming up. We have Rick Ross. We have a T-Pain feature, a single, and he's possibly dropping an album. We have Justin Bieber. Now this is unclear. This one's rumored, so that's why I have this one in pink. We have Jay-Z, which is a feature, and this one is another rumored collab he has. Now the feature is on DJ Khaled's, and then the O stands for what's not confirmed. So this is just rumored. Ty Dolla $ign has something dropping, just a feature. We have Tyga, YG, T Grizzly, Youngboy, Slime Cry, that's already out. We have Jeezy that's dropping soon, which is a feature. And we have T.I. Kill the King, and then he has confirmed to me, T.I. confirmed to me that there's a deluxe coming out. So we have the song, so this is a double disc album, pretty much like J. Cole's too, but this one's double disc. He has amazing features and songs on there too. So here's the thing with the abbreviations. NC means new content. O means rumored and not confirmed. C means not confirmed publicly, but confirmed. So it can be confirmed via label, copyright, but it's not confirmed publicly because the artists have not submitted anything publicly yet. So once I see a single scheduled to release, that's when I'm putting, okay, NC confirmed, this coming out right now. So that's what that means. Single is as Q stands for Q and Q. Q1 plus late stands for in progress or pending submission via label and artist. Q1 minus early stands for confirmed single. QTR stands for quarter, meaning first quarter, or January, March submissions, or second, third, like whatever month, still quarter. Q2 stands for submitted. Q3 stands for submitted / unlisted and scheduled releases. Q4 means it's already released but scheduled, so they don't want anything announced yet until the single is actually a week from it, and they want the artist. When it's in Q4, they want the artist or the manager to publicly confirm the single and the release or acknowledge. In TBA, everybody knows what that means, to be announced. So what are you guys' thoughts on this? Are you guys excited for new music coming out? And hope that all cleared everything up. What say you? Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe.